Hello everyone, Jamie Romine here, and I hope you are doing well. And keep your word is tonight's title. And what it really means about keeping your word, not only for other folks that you should keep your word for, but to yourself as well. You know, excuse me, every skill takes consistent practice to be successful. Think of football teams constantly practicing baseball, basketball. They're always practicing. Anything that you want to do in life, you have to practice it to get better. And using these go lives is a great example. The more you do a live, the more comfortable you get doing a live. The more you feel sharing information, the better you feel about sharing the information. A year or two ago, I was doing lives and I got very comfortable with them, and then I slacked off. That is the thing that everybody has to fight the hardest. And what I want to touch on that part is, sometimes we get those thoughts in our head. It's what we all have these thoughts. Robert Hollis likes to call them Dino. If you remember the Flintstones, Dino, and how it is always in your head, right? So it gets you distracted. It stops you from doing what you know is right for you to do. And one of the things that is the biggest distraction is all the social media platforms. It's so easy to get on Facebook and just scroll and keep up with everybody's stuff, watch the reels, TikTok. It's so easy to just keep moving forward, swiping. It's easy to get lost. And then the next thing you know, it's later in the damn day and you've done nothing that you wanted to do to move forward with your business or anything like that. So those thoughts are going to happen. What difference the thoughts you usually get are, what difference will it make if I share today? I don't see a difference in it making. I don't see people commenting. I don't know that people are getting any value out of my lives. Well, me personally, I know people are getting value. Let's talk about this for a second. All of you guys that watch my videos, whether it's live or recorded, when you're looking back at my video, you may see a few people that thumbs up it, liked it, what have you, commented on it or whatever. That's great. If that's how you judge things, that's on you. I don't judge it by them, because I've had people reach back at me and let me know how much better they feel by some of the stuff that I share. It's things that they may not have seen in a certain way that I help them see in this way. Or the value of this training that Robert gives me and that I'm giving to you. Some things that I've been trained on to help me learn how marketing works, we forget things sometimes, right? That's why we have videos. You can always go back and watch it again, and that repetition is just like exercise in your brain and your memory, and it helps you remember some of those things. But some things I may not have heard, or I may have heard it, and then like when Robert says it, I may understand it better by the way he describes it. We hear things differently all the time. Excuse me. All right, so what about this excuse? Well, I've done so much today already. I don't need to do this one. I don't have to do it live. I've already done so much already today that I've accomplished my quota. Okay. In my opinion, I don't put quotas on my day. I do have a goal for today's. I don't necessarily set certain times. Now, and I say this because Robert does his lives every day at a certain time. There may be days he doesn't do a live, but that's because we all have life that happens sometimes. But I want to say it was less than 15, could have been less than 10, but I want to say it was less than 15 days possibly. Last year, 22, that Robert did not do a live. And he's going to be traveling this week, so he's working on how he's going to do his videos. They may not be live. He may have to pre-record some of them, but it's still getting the value out. If he misses a day, that's fine. He is working on what he's got to work on. And we'll all be grateful for what he shares when he shares it. Now me, I don't set certain times as of yet. My first live I did earlier in January, my first couple I wanted to try to make sure I did around 7 p.m. here Central Time. And then I did one at like 9 something, and I've done them at 10 o'clock, I've done them at 8 o'clock. I'm not going to be specific on my times at this moment. And the reason is one, I like to do things different times sometimes because I may be busy. I do have 2 kids at home sometimes when they're not with friends, and then sometimes I gotta go handle the friend, get them from a friend's house too. But here's what I want to say about that. Do it anyway. Don't think you've done too much, especially when you're sharing value. If you're doing a go live, if you feel like you might later feel like you've already done too much to do a go live, then do the damn go live first. That live this live video, but live videos is more of a documentation for somebody when they're listening to you than a recorded one. You've heard me slip up on some of my wording multiple times in multiple of these videos. But that's okay. I'm human. The purpose of me doing the live is so you see it that way. Now, it's also the fact that you can realize you do not have to have perfect grammar. You do not have to be perfect to get this kind of thing started. You have to start somewhere just like everyone else. I love using examples like your first job. When you first got a job, let's say it was in a restaurant, and you went to interview, they told you whether you was going to be a cook or a cashier, right? You had to learn that system. You either had to learn where all the buttons was on the register, computer, whichever you was using, or you had to learn the system in the kitchen on how they cook stuff, the timers they use, and all that. The longer you stayed, the better you got at remembering or just doing by habit. I can remember when I worked at Captain D's here in Jasper, Alabama, it got so easy for me I was really fast at making what we call the wheels. I could get the orders and put the food on the plates and get them in the window and order up, you know. We had one guy that was with us, later became a really, really great friend of mine, Hagee, that was good at dropping fish. Like, he had that fish down pat. And then Adam, another great friend, he was really good at running the entire back line. Like, he could drop them hush puppies like nobody else, and then get things cooking that I might be needing. You know, us three together worked very well. But the point is, we did it long enough and was comfortable with each other that habit became just so natural. And the more you practice at certain things, the better you get at it. So continue to make sure you do it. Keep your word to yourself that you're going to do these things. And it keeps the word to other folks, and it helps them learn and trust you more, right? And the important part of that is, like for me, example, you all know I'm doing marketing as a little side hustle. You know I've talked about My Daily Choice multiple times. I absolutely love what this company has to offer. That's why I'm helping them expand. I absolutely love every product that I have tried. I cannot say I've tried them all. As I've said, we're a house of brands. We have multiple types of brands of products. And the reason I haven't tried them all is one of them's makeup, and I don't wear makeup. But anyway, the keep your word to yourself of sharing the value. That's what I do to myself. Specifically today, the reason I was able to touch on some of these excuses is my mind was telling me these excuses today. I almost didn't want to do this live. That's really not a fair way of saying it. I was almost to the point that I was talking to myself out of the live. I always want to do the lives. I always want to help. I always want to share value because you guys deserve the value. And keeping your word to not only you, yourself, and everyone that follows you is big. Like I said, the more you do it, the better you get. It's the same as practice, so as you get better and better, you'll feel more confident and more proud of yourself. And then it just comes natural. You know, but during Robert's training, it was like he was talking about the trip he's fixing to go on. We're having a big boot camp training in Budapest this coming weekend, and Robert's one of the speakers, so he's traveling to Budapest. So he's keeping his word. He's already looked ahead. He's looking at the time zone difference to see about getting back to his room at the proper time there to help do the live at what time he normally does it here. And he even made the comments like, if I, happen to be late or whatever, or early, that's just the way things are going to have to be at the time. But he still shares value. And that's what's important for me. Because there's a lot of us, like during the day when I'm at work, I don't get on his lives. Because I'm at work. So I'll get home and I will watch the replay. The great thing about the lives and stuff is it's going to be recorded for Facebook, but you'll still see that it was live. It's not, I could get on my computer and just record me doing a video. I did that. Matter of fact, I did a 1-minute video. I put it on my YouTube if you guys want to watch it. I did it on my YouTube, and what it was is as I was doing these lives, it got to where once a live gets uploaded to your Facebook, there was these 3 little dots in the right corner, and you could click them and download it to your computer. And I would do that and then upload it to my YouTube channel. After about a week, I couldn't, excuse me, I couldn't download it anymore. So I did a video about 4 or 5 days after that letting you guys know why I wasn't loading the videos. And figured it out last night on how to do it. So I was busy up late last night, got up, did a few things, and then did the other videos that I didn't get to do last night. But now they have all been transferred to my YouTube channel and all the other social medias, and then I still share my YouTube back to Facebook. Now I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Keep your word that you're going to still move forward. It doesn't matter if you're with us at My Daily Choice or if it's just something, whatever if it's your job that you absolutely love and that's what you're going to do the rest of your life. I am so happy for you. Keep moving forward and staying positive. Make sure you stay happy at that job. Because the minute you let things bring you down and you start getting unhappy, you're going to be wanting to look for something else. And that same pattern is going to keep happening no matter what. That's one thing I do so much I love about My Daily Choice is, and a lot of marketing companies, to be fair, because I get hit up from people all the time. But so far with My Daily Choice, there are so many leaders and even so many people that's just within the same group that I'm in under Robert. Sharing positivity and inspiration and motivation is so key for us, and it helps here. And you need that, especially being online, because you get hit left and right from people trying to talk bad. And most of the time, if you try talking to those folks, they're going to continue to bring you down. But we don't know where they are in life and what they've gone through to get them in that kind of mindset. So we don't judge. I've had a few people hit me up, and I've actually helped a couple get out of that mindset for a little while. Sometimes they go back to it. It's hard not to go back to it. I mean, who are we to tell her? I mean, it's a negative world out there. It's hard to be positive. But if you'll focus on that positive and that gratitude, being grateful for what you do have, and it helps. Matter of fact, talk about being grateful. Give me just 1 second. Because you guys know I like advertising about books. I wanted to grab this book real quick. If you are uncertain on how to practice gratitude, grab this book. The Magic. Amazing book. This is what got me to doing gratitude. Like, I already knew I needed to do it because the marketing company I was with before, like I said, there's a lot of positive and gratitude in all marketing companies, but the people I was with before helped me with the personal development and learning that gratitude, or how to move forward with gratitude. So I grabbed the book, The Magic. I actually have a second copy in there because that one's about to fall apart. Do the exercises in that book. Now, you hear me talk about exercises all the time because in this book, The Greatest Miracle in the World, there's instructions in that book. Do those instructions as well. If you get these two books, I've never put these two books together. It's amazing. If you want to practice gratitude, but you want to learn how to be worthy about yourself, that's two great books to get. If you want to read a story on somebody that had to go through all this hell and finally figured out a way out, Robert Hollis's book, How's That Working? Boom. He has a second book called Shackled to Free that I've got as well. It's a little bit different, but it's still a great book. Now, I have lots of books in there, to be fair, that are great about mindset. How to Un-F Yourself was a good one because of how all the programming is throughout our lives. Another one is the subtle art of not giving an F, and the purpose of that is quit worrying about what everybody else cares or says about you. We're about you, and you know what you is doing is true for you. It doesn't matter what they're going to think about, because, I mean, hell, they're not paying your bills, are they? So quit worrying what they think. Do it for you. All right, I think I've rambled long enough. I'm always looking forward to your thoughts and your comments. And as always, I want to remind you, stay focused, stay positive, and never give up.